On page 3, I've got number 23. This gives us two different problems, so we have to solve two different problems. You're going to start with just the left-hand side, so don't even worry about the right-hand side for right now. You don't want to cross it off like I did, though, because you want to come back to it. But like me personally, I'm covering that with my hand. I just don't have the ability to do that on the screen for you. So, what do I do? Divide 3 on both sides. So negative 12 divides by 3 and gives us? Negative 4. Do I need to flip my signs there?
No.
Why not? Because the x didn't have the negative.
Oh.
You didn't divide by a negative. Let's go through, let's do this whole piece. Negative 4 goes on my number line. Does negative 4 get an open dot or a closed dot? How do you know? Because there's an equal to sign. Does my arrow point left or right? How do you know? Because that is the way the sign is pointing. You only get to use that rule if the letter is in the front. So we have to make sure letters are in the front first. Did that point towards a positive infinity or towards a negative infinity? It pointed towards a negative infinity. That negative infinity went to the left of negative 4. Does that infinity get a parenthesis or a bracket? Always. Does that negative 4 get a parenthesis or a bracket? How do you know? Because of that straight line equal sign, it gets a straight line bracket. There's a solid dot, gets nice, solid brackets. We are not done with this problem. We have the second piece. What do I do? To both sides. I've got x is greater than 5. Am I done? Yeah, go graph it. Does the 5 go to the left of negative 4 or to the right of negative 4 on the number line? To the right of it. Is the 5 an open dot or a closed dot? Does it go to the left or to the right? That sign is to the right. There is no equal sign. That is why it's open. The 5. Does it get a parenthesis or a bracket? Because it's an open dot. Does it get a positive infinity or a negative infinity? Does the infinity go to the left or to the right of the 5? Infinities get parentheses or brackets? I like this word or in the middle. I like that word or. Ooh, 25. I'm crossing off the one side just so that we can focus. You do not cross it off. Just cover it with a hand. What do I do here? Yeah, we're like, fraction. Get rid of it. Good riddance. Goodbye. Eight times negative 1 gives me negative 8. Did I need to flip my signs? No. No, you did not divide by a negative. The negative was already there. I'm going to put my 8 on my number line. It's a negative. Does it get an open dot or a closed dot? Does it go left or right? Because it points left, my infinity is, and it goes to the left of negative 8. Negative infinity gets parentheses or brackets? I think I said negative 8, sorry. Negative 8 gets parentheses because it's got an open top. Negative infinity gets parentheses because infinity always gets parentheses. I think I misspoke, but I don't know. Am I done? No. We covered up this other side because we were scared of it. That's okay. We're now done with the left-hand side. We're looking at just the right-hand side, just the right equation. What do? Multiply by 3. When I do my 3's cancel on the left-hand side, what happens on the right? It stays a 0 because 0 times 3 equals. We're happy because the n comes first. That's why we get to use our rules. Does 0 go to the left of negative 8 or to the right of negative 8? Does 0 get an open dot or a closed dot? Does 0 point left or right? It gets a closed dot because of this equal sign. It points right because that sign points rightwards. Those arrows match the signs. I'm going to go put my interval notation down. 0 is one of my numbers. What's the other one? Infinity to the left or to the right? Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Does that 0 get a parenthesis or bracket? Why? Because it's got a straight line equal sign, it gets a straight line bracket. Does that infinity get a parenthesis or bracket? Infinities always get parentheses. I really like this word or. Notice that this looks like rowboat oars because it's an or graph. Or that it looks like a divorce because they're going in opposite directions and opposite and or. Start with an O. Whatever way you remember it. One more time.
Can you
Yeah. This is an oar. So it's like rowboat oars. If you've ever rowed a rowboat, like the paddles. Or they're like a divorced couple. So like each person is going in opposite directions. They're splitting up like a divorce because it's an or graph. Or they go in opposite directions and opposite and O and or start with O. Whatever way helps you remember that or graphs are supposed to go in opposite directions. We're down to a few minutes left in class. I don't have time to go through another question with you on the board, but I'm going to give you time to go ahead and ask me a question individually, kind of go through, make sure you're okay. Page 3 and 4 should be done for homework tonight. So anything on page 3 you didn't finish last night, and page 4.